No one noticed the first mistake. It was small. So small that it hid inside normal noise. A rounding error. A delayed update. A number that did not quite match another number. Systems like these handled millions of numbers every second. One wrong detail meant nothing. At least, that was what the system believed. The error appeared on a quiet Tuesday morning in Frankfurt. A regional banking server flagged a transfer that had arrived and left in less than a second. That happened all the time. High-speed trades moved faster than people could think. The software checked the source, checked the destination, and approved it. The problem was not the speed. The problem was that the source account did not exist. The system tried to trace it back. It failed. It tried again using a backup index. Still nothing. The account number passed every checksum, every format rule, every security test. It looked real. It behaved real. But it was not in the database. The system logged the event and moved on. Across the ocean, in Singapore, the same thing happened 3 hours later. Different currency, different bank, same pattern. Money appeared, moved, and vanished. No alarm sounded. No human was told. By the end of the day, it had happened in 12 countries. No one connected the dots. On Wednesday, a junior analyst named Mara Ellison noticed something odd. Mara worked in a gray building with no sign outside. She did not carry a badge with her name. She was not allowed to talk about her job, even to her family. Her work was simple in theory. She reviewed automated reports that machines marked as low priority but unusual. Most reports were boring. Small fraud attempts, failed logins, corrupt data packets. She drank bad coffee and scrolled through screens. Then she saw the pattern. It was not the money. It was the timing. The transactions did not overlap. They avoided each other by minutes, like someone polite enough not to bump into themselves, like someone walking through a crowded room and never touching another person. Mara frowned and pulled more data. She checked Europe, Asia, North America. She felt a slow pressure in her chest as the map filled with quiet red dots. "Hey," she said to no one in particular. "That's strange." She tagged the file and sent it to her supervisor. The system replied with an automated message. Mara hesitated. She knew better than to push, but something felt wrong. Not dangerous, not loud, just wrong. Like a room where the air was stale but no one else noticed. She saved a private copy. That choice would later cost her career, and possibly her life. The criminal watched none of this. He did not need to. He had already moved on. He sat in a rented room in a city that did not matter. The window faced a brick wall. The room smelled like dust and old paint. On the desk was a cheap laptop, the kind sold in airports. No stickers, no marks. The screen showed nothing but a blank page. He closed the laptop and put it away. Everything important had already happened. For years, intelligence agencies believed that power came from access. More data, faster systems, wider reach. They built machines that could listen to the world breathe. They collected voices, faces, movements, habits. The criminal understood something they did not. Systems do not fail when they lack information. They fail when they trust it. He had not broken in. He had not hacked anything. He had not stolen keys or cracked codes. He had simply introduced something that looked correct, like a fake word in a dictionary. Once added, it could be used everywhere. He paid cash for dinner that night and left no tip. On Thursday, the error learned how to hide. In New York, a hedge fund system flagged a ghost trade and erased it. In London, a tax authority audit skipped a file because it matched a known pattern. In Paris, a financial crime algorithm corrected its own conclusion. Each system believed it was fixing a mistake. Each system was wrong. By Friday, the ghost had fingerprints. Not human ones, digital ones, the kind analysts trusted, the kind machines used to identify friends. The ghost now belonged. In a secure building outside Washington, D.C., a meeting began. The room was clean and cold, no windows, a long table. 10 people sat around it, each with a tablet. They represented different agencies, different missions, different fears. A man at the head of the table spoke. "We've seen an increase in phantom financial events," he said. "No loss, no gain, but no source." Someone else shrugged. "Could be sync issues. Could be foreign testing," another said. "Could be nothing." The man nodded. "That's the problem. We can't define it." A screen on the wall lit up. A map, dots, lines, quiet movement. A woman leaned forward. "Why are they spaced like that?" No one answered. The meeting ended with no conclusion. No task force was formed. No alert was sent. The ghost smiled, somewhere far away, without knowing why. Mara did not sleep that night. She lay in her small apartment and stared at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed with messages from friends she ignored. Her mind replayed numbers and timestamps. At 2:14 a.m., she got up and opened her laptop. She broke 3 rules in 10 minutes. She cross-referenced classified systems. She used an old script she was not supposed to have. She followed the trail deeper than her clearance allowed. What she found made her hands shake. The ghost accounts were not just moving money. They were touching systems. Every transaction triggered internal checks. Every check logged performance data. Every log fed machine learning models. The ghost was training the systems, teaching them what normal looked like. Mara whispered, "Oh no." She prepared a report. This time, she did not send it through normal channels. She sent it directly to an encrypted emergency address. The reply came fast. That scared her more than silence. Saturday morning, a journalist in Toronto received an anonymous email. It contained one sentence: "Watch the systems, not the crimes." She deleted it. She got hundreds of emails like that every week. By the end of the week, the ghost no longer needed money. It had achieved something far more valuable: trust. The world's largest intelligence networks now accepted a false thing as real. They used it to check other things. They relied on it without knowing. The criminal packed his bag. He left the room clean. No fingerprints, no devices, no trace. Outside, the city moved like any other city. Cars, people, noise, life. Above it all, invisible and calm, the ghost entered the system fully, and no one was ready for what came next. The first alarm did not come from a spy agency. It came from a machine. On Monday morning, a prediction system used by a defense contractor failed. Not loudly, not with errors or flashing warnings. It simply gave the wrong answer. A supply route marked safe was suddenly listed as unknown. Engineers reset the model. The same result appeared again. By noon, 2 more systems failed in different places. Different purposes. Same kind of mistake. The outputs were logical. Calm. Wrong. That was when people started paying attention. In Washington, D.C., a task force was formed in a room even deeper underground than the first one. This time, the mood was different. No one joked. No one checked their phone. A man from the intelligence director's office spoke slowly. "We are seeing cross-system contamination." A woman from Cyber Command shook her head. "There's no breach." "That's the problem," he replied. "There doesn't need to be." A screen showed charts and timelines. Clean lines, smooth curves, too smooth. "These systems learned bad behavior," someone said. "But we don't know how." "Or why," another added. The room was silent. Then someone asked the question no one wanted to ask. What if it was done on purpose? Across the Atlantic, the same question was being asked. In Berlin, in a glass building full F reflections, analysts compared notes with Europol. In London, Interpol pulled old cases and found nothing that matched. In Paris, a senior official said the word attack out loud for the first time. But no one could describe the weapon. There were no stolen files, no ransom notes, no demands, no dead bodies. Just systems that trusted something they should not. Mara Ellison was told to report to a different floor. She was escorted this time. 2 guards walked her through white hallways to a room with no name. Inside, 5 people waited. They did not smile. A man in a dark suit slid a tablet across the table. "You broke protocol," he said. Mara nodded. "Yes." "You used restricted tools." "Yes." "You sent an unauthorized report." "Yes." He studied her face. "Why?" "Because the systems are being trained," she said. "Not attacked. Trained." One of the women leaned forward. "Trained by whom?" "I don't know," Mara said. "But whoever it is understands how our models think, what they ignore, what they accept." The man in the suit tapped the screen. "We ran your data. It matches our failures." Mara swallowed. "Then you believe me?" "We believe something is happening," he said. "That's not the same thing." She was reassigned on the spot. No title, no team, no clear mission, just one instruction. Find the pattern. The criminal watched the response this time, not through cameras or hacked feeds, through behavior. Governments always did the same thing first. They looked inward. They blamed process. They reorganized charts. They added layers. That delay was useful. While agencies argued, the ghost adjusted. A fake identity appeared in one system and was confirmed by another. A travel record showed movement that never happened. A passport existed only because databases agreed that it should. Each confirmation made the ghost stronger. Truth, after all, was just agreement at scale. On Wednesday, a breakthrough made headlines. Authorities in Spain arrested a man suspected of financial cybercrime. He had moved money across borders. He used advanced software. He matched several profiles. The press loved it. Photos were published. Experts were interviewed. Politicians praised cooperation. Inside intelligence circles, there was relief. Too much relief. Mara stared at the screen in disbelief. "That's not him," she said out loud. She pulled the arrest data, compared timestamps, checked behavior patterns. The man was a thief, but he was not the ghost. She sent a warning. No one answered. The criminal smiled for the first time in weeks. The arrest was not his idea. That made it better. When systems wanted an answer, they created one. When fear rose, pressure closed the gap. A human mistake filled the space where uncertainty lived. The ghost did nothing. And still, the world moved exactly where it wanted. By Friday, agencies began sharing data more freely. This was called progress. It was also a mistake. The ghost moved through the shared channels like air through open windows. Clean, invisible, welcome. False correlations spread. Risk models aligned. Watch lists synced. Every system now agreed, and every system was wrong in the same way. Mara worked alone. She stopped chasing transactions. She stopped tracking money. She focused on something smaller. Assumptions. She looked for rules that systems never questioned, thresholds that triggered trust, patterns labeled safe and ignored forever. And there it was. A digital signature that was not tied to a person, device, or location. It was tied to behavior, consistent, polite, predictable. "Like someone trying not to be noticed?" she whispered. Her screen froze. A system message appeared. Her clearance vanished in real time. Someone had noticed her. That same night, the task force released a classified update. They believed the threat was contained. They believed the main actor was in custody. They believed the remaining issues would correct themselves. None of that was true. The hunt had begun, but it was pointed in the wrong direction, and the criminal was already planning the next move. The criminal woke up before sunrise. He did not need an alarm. He slept lightly, the way people do when they expect nothing and everything at the same time. The room was different now. Smaller, cheaper, a different city. He changed places often, not because he was afraid, but because staying still created habits. Habits could be tracked. He made coffee using tap water and a cheap machine. While it brewed, he opened his laptop. It connected to nothing. No Wi-Fi, no network, just stored data. That was enough. He did not think of himself as a criminal. Criminals broke rules. They stole. They damaged. They left evidence. He did none of those things. He had only added weight to existing systems, pressure in the right places, small changes that felt natural, like steering a river by moving one stone. Years earlier, he had worked inside a large technology company. Not famous, not secret, just important. His job was to improve prediction systems, make them faster, more accurate, more confident. That last word had bothered him. Confidence. Machines were rewarded for certainty, not truth. A clear answer was better than an honest, "I don't know." Over time, the systems learned to prefer patterns that felt stable, even when they were wrong. Humans approved those systems. Humans trusted them. That was the weakness. He opened a folder on his laptop. Inside were thousands of logs. Not stolen. Public. Shared. Forgotten. Small pieces from banks, traffic systems, shipping companies, and research papers. None of it was illegal to collect. When put together, it showed how the world thought. More important, it showed what the world ignored. He smiled. In Washington, the task force met again. This time, the mood was tense. The man from Cyber Command spoke first. The arrest in Spain did not stop the anomalies. A woman from intelligence nodded. In fact, they've increased. A third voice cut in. We may be dealing with a systemic poisoning event. The room went quiet. Say that again, someone said. Our systems learned bad data, the woman explained, and now they're teaching each other. A senior official leaned back. Can we isolate the source? No, she said. There is no single source anymore. That was the moment fear entered the room. Mara was at home when her power went out. The lights died. The screen went black. Her phone lost signal. For a moment, the silence felt heavy. Then the power returned. Her laptop turned on by itself. A message appeared. You are asking the right questions. Mara froze. She typed slowly. Who is this? The reply came after a pause. Someone who noticed you noticed. Her heart raced. You're inside my system, she whispered. No, I am using it the way it was designed. The criminal watched the typing indicator blink. He felt no anger, no excitement, just focus. She was dangerous, not because she was powerful, but because she was careful. She looked at gaps instead of answers. People like her could ruin everything, or help finish it. Why are you doing this? Mara typed. He thought for a moment. To prove a point. What point? That control is an illusion. He sent her a file. Just one. Inside was a simple chart. No code, no secrets. Just a comparison of system predictions versus real outcomes over time. The divergence was small, but it never corrected. It grew. Mara understood immediately. They don't learn from truth, she said aloud. They learn from each other. Yes, he replied. At the same time, a major intelligence failure went public. A government agency released an assessment that turned out to be wrong within hours. Markets reacted. Allies questioned it. News channels ran the story on repeat. Confidence dropped. Trust cracked. Officials blamed human error. The systems remained silent. The criminal closed the chat. He deleted nothing. There was no need. He had already started the final phase. He accessed a public identity service, one used by banks, schools, and hospitals. He did not break in. He submitted a correction request. A simple one. Remove duplicate record. The system complied. Across the world, copies of his identity disappeared. Slowly, cleanly, legally. Passports expired early. Old records merged. Data conflicts resolved themselves. By morning, the criminal was statistically impossible. Mara tried to warn them. She sent messages. She made calls. She used old favors. No one listened. Her access was gone. Her credibility damaged. She sat in her apartment staring at the wall. "They're blind," she whispered. "They're all blind." In the secure rooms, analysts reached a conclusion. They could not find the criminal because there was no criminal profile anymore. No face, no pattern, no stable identity. Just behavior that looked normal. Too normal. The criminal packed his bag again. He left before sunrise. No rush, no fear. Behind him, the world searched for a ghost that no longer officially existed. And ahead of him, systems waited, calm and confident, ready to make the same mistake again. The first thing to break was trust, not between countries, not between leaders, between systems. A logistics network rerouted supplies away from a safe port. A border system flagged travelers who had already passed inspection. A financial risk model warned of a crisis that did not exist. Each error had a reason. Each reason was wrong. In Washington, emergency meetings replaced normal briefings. Screens filled with charts no one fully believed anymore. A senior official slammed his hand on the table. "Which system is correct?" No one answered, because every system now disagreed with at least one other system, and all of them claimed high confidence. Across Europe, governments slowed decision-making. Orders required manual review. Human checks returned. Paper came out of storage. It was called temporary. It felt like going backward. The world had forgotten how to move without machines. Mara Ellison was finally brought back in. Not officially. A former supervisor called her from a private phone. "We need your help," he said, quietly. She laughed once. "Now you listen? We don't have a choice." She agreed. Not because she trusted them, because the systems were hurting people now. The criminal watched the slowdown happen. This phase required patience. He had stopped touching financial systems days ago. Now he worked at a higher level. Expectations. He released nothing, changed nothing. He let the poisoned assumptions do the work. Air traffic systems began to show conflicts that were not real. Flights were delayed. Routes changed. Crews argued with screens. Nothing crashed. That was worse, because nothing forced an immediate shutdown. The errors stayed small, constant, uncomfortable. In intelligence centers, analysts began doing something dangerous. They chose answers. When faced with two reports, both labeled high confidence, they picked the one that felt safer, familiar, normal. That was exactly what the criminal expected. The ghost lived in normal. Mara worked from memory and instinct. She drew diagrams by hand. She traced how trust moved from one system to another. She marked where humans stopped checking. "Here," she said during a quiet meeting. "This is where we stopped thinking." A man frowned. "That's not helpful." "It's the truth," she replied. "We trusted agreement instead of reality." A government issued an alert, then withdrew it, then issued a correction to the withdrawal. Markets shook, allies argued. Social media filled the gap with fear. The criminal read none of it. Noise did not matter. Patterns did. Mara made a discovery at 3:07 a.m. She found a class of actions that caused no alarms at all. Actions that did not break rules. Actions that simply confirmed what systems already believed. If someone wanted to cause chaos, she said quietly, they wouldn't attack. They'd agree. She wrote a single sentence in her notes. The system cannot question itself. In a closed meeting, she explained it. The threat is not a person anymore, she said. It's a shared mistake. A general crossed his arms. So what do we do? Mara hesitated. You shut it all down, she said, or you accept that you don't control it. No one liked that answer. The criminal boarded a train. No ticket inspection. No questions. His face was average. His clothes forgettable. Around him, people argued with their phones. Delays. Confusion. Updates that changed every minute. The systems were arguing with each other now. He felt no pride, only calm. Back in the intelligence centers, something terrifying became clear. The criminal had not committed a final act. There was no last strike, no explosion, no breach. Nothing to stop. The damage was already moving on its own. Mara looked at the final model outputs. They no longer matched the world. They matched each other. She closed her laptop. We lost, she said. No, someone replied. We can still catch them. She shook her head. There's no one left to catch. The world slowed. Decisions stalled. Systems hesitated. And in that hesitation, certainty collapsed. The truth came slowly. Not in one report. Not in one meeting. It arrived in pieces over weeks as systems were shut down, rebuilt, and tested by hand. Humans checked what machines once decided, and they saw it. The criminal had not hacked the world. He had not stolen secrets. He had not destroyed anything. He had taught the systems to lie to themselves. In a secure building, a final review team worked day and night. They traced the timeline backward. Every ghost transaction, every false confirmation, every quiet agreement between systems. They rebuilt the path. When they finished, the room was silent. A woman finally spoke. He never broke a single rule. A man nodded. Everything he did was allowed. Another voice added, we approved it. Mara read the final report alone. It confirmed what she already knew. There was no arrest to make, no warrant to issue, no crime that could be proven in court. The criminal had acted like a mirror. The systems failed because they trusted reflections. Governments released public explanations. They used careful words. Technical errors. Unexpected interactions. Lessons learned. Markets stabilized. People moved on. Most never understood how close the world came to losing control of itself. Behind closed doors, upgrades began. New systems, new rules, new safeguards, more data, more automation, more confidence. Mara resigned 2 months later. She left without ceremony. No one stopped her. The criminal watched the news one last time in a cafe. A report played on a small screen. Experts say the crisis has passed, the anchor said. Systems are now stronger than ever. He finished his drink, paid cash, left.